Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Jackson County. We've got two very special guests today. The holidays are coming up, and there are a lot of children that may not have toys, but we've got Mr. Mike Ulrich.
Correct.
And Mr. Jimmy Heidelberg in the studio today, and they do something very special. They help with Toys for Tots. And Mike is the coordinator for Toys for Tots for Jackson and George County. And Mr. Heidelberg is, his law firm is sponsoring the Toys for Tots downtown for the holidays in Pascagoula. You guys, welcome to the show, you guys. This is a very important thing.
Thank you,
I'm going to run in my mouth and let y'all talk. Mike, how long have you been involved with the Toys for Tots program?
This is my 5th year associated with Toys for Tots. This is my 3rd year as the coordinator of Jackson. My first year, we had so many families last year that came down to Jackson County from George County that I actually took in George County this year. So this is my first year in George County, 3rd year as coordinator of Jackson County.
Wow, that's a big job, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We last year we saw just over 1,200 families get serviced, and that was with this year. The numbers are pretty high, and I'm still worried about, like I said, talked to you earlier about the economy.
Yeah. In talking with Mike before the show started, he almost goes home and prays every night that he'll have enough toys for all of the requests from the children out there.
No child goes without it.
No child goes without it. So that's why this show's on the air. If you can help in any way, 1 toy, 2 toys, 10 toys, 100 toys, we need your help. That's
well,
why
you know,
we're here.
at the same time, Toys for Tots will be doing many events this year.
Yes.
And this year, we're kicking it off with Downtown for the Holidays, and Mr. Jimmy here, where Toys for Tots is real pleased to be partnered with them. Last year, they did a wonderful job. I can't tell you how many toys they helped us with. Without them, last year we wouldn't have had as many toys, but they did a tremendous job with partnering with us, and I'm real happy to have them with us this year.
Well, we're glad you're here, Mr. Heidelberg.
Nice
Tell
to
us
be
about
here,
what
Doug.
your law firm is doing to help this worthy cause.
We're very pleased to be the sponsor again. We call this our 2nd annual event. We did it last year. We've had a lot of people in my law firm, lawyers and staff, have been involved with Toys for Tots, but we really got organized last year and decorated our office. We were the downtown sponsor, collected probably, I don't know the number, but there were 4 truckloads of toys. And we're going to make it easy on Mike. He doesn't need to worry. We're going to make sure we get enough of those toys. Our staff does a really great job. I can't tell you how hard they work on this. We'll have our office decorated. We get to tree up Sunday, and we're already collecting toys. We've already got 2 large bins full. We collect toys till December the 18th. Downtown for the Holidays is December the 4th. So from 5 to 8, stop by. Our office will be open. The staff will be there. We're going to have cookies and coffee and Cokes to be a part of the Downtown for the Holidays. But we particularly want to collect a lot of toys. New and unwrapped toys. If you want to make a cash donation, make your check to Toys for Tots. We'll be collecting toys that night. We'll be collecting up to the 18th. We'll have 2 of America's finest, 2 Marines there, because this is sponsored, of course, by the Marine Corps, and they do an outstanding job. We don't do enough to recognize them, and Toys for Tots has a great history. I know that from the material received, they started right after World War II, and so far have collected over 400 million toys through the years. So we want to do a good job. And there's a need there, and I think we're going to do bigger and better for Jackson County.
Great! It's fantastic that you 2 guys are doing something like this, and you're spending a lot of your own personal time and worry.
With businesses such like this and all the other events, as I was telling you before, Jackson County, as far as raised toys last year, #1 on the coast.
Really? That's,
number one on the coast.
That
and
says something about our population.
That's right. I mean, we got, right now, I haven't been out to many of my boxes, but I have a strong feeling we're going to keep that number one. I really want to keep that number one ranking.
Well, speaking of boxes, if somebody's seeing this show and they want to donate a toy, where can they go to put the toys in those boxes? Where are those boxes located?
Well, you know, we'll have a box here at WKFK, the law firm, Mr. Heidelberg, Walmart. I mean, if you go in there doing your Thanksgiving shopping, or if you go in there, just drop it off. They'll have a big box right there when you walk out of Walmart. Drop it off in the box right there. It'll
Couldn't be more convenient than that.
I know. Right there on your way out of Walmart. I mean, we don't have many toy stores in the local because, you know, Toys R Us is gone, but right there, Walmart. If you can't get to the firm or WKFK or Cable One, I think Cable One's doing a big promotion right now. I've heard. If you need cable, I mean, there's many places that are partnered with Toys for Tots, and we're going to try to see that no child goes without this year.
That's right. Yeah.
And we want to thank you. You've already started this. We're going to get these toys in the box after we are through. We want to thank you for starting a good donation.
Well,
it doesn't take a lot. You know, particularly if you don't have any children, it's fun to go buy some toys and help somebody out. But no child should be without a toy on Christmas morning. And
yeah, you're right.
And you know, I told you last year, I fielded calls all the way up to on Christmas Day at lunchtime with parents calling me, Mr. Ulrich, can you please get some toys? My child will not have a toy unless I can get something for him that day on Christmas Day.
So listen to this man, folks. He is fielding calls from needy families all the way up to Christmas Day, and he makes sure that they get a toy. I talked to him before the show, and if he doesn't have a toy, he will go out and buy it. Now, you can't get more dedicated than that to a cause. So we need to help this man. Put smiles on the faces, right?
That's right.
You got involved with this right after Hurricane Katrina.
Right after Katrina. And not only do we service the, you know, I take the phone calls all the way up to Christmas Day, but I was telling you also before the show, if we have, after we service all our families that register with us, if we have toys left over, we take the toys to the children that's going to be on the pediatric floor in Ocean Springs and Pascagoula Hospital. We let the Jackson County Exceptional School children, they come in and pick a toy. You wouldn't see that smile on them children at the Exceptional School is worth $1 million. I mean, just to see them, the joy that they get out of being able to get that one toy.
Mike, I think that's where you're getting your joy, all the joys that you see on those children's faces.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it's just a pleasure but to have businesses like this to step up and do toy drives. I couldn't do it without my wife. Businesses such as this, such as yourself, for allowing us to do this show, to bring the message out there to the thousands of folks that are watching the show. It's not just me.
Well, we're a local television station, and it's our job to help these messages get out there. And like I told you earlier, book your show for next year. We'll have you right back, and we'll help you out again, too.
Thank you.
And Mr. Heidelberg, it's great that your law firm is stepping up and helping out so much. I mean, in bad economic times like this, it's great that a business like yourself is doing such for the children of Jackson and George County.
Well, thank you. We you know, we not only work here, but we live here too. This is home to us and all our lawyers and staff, and I can't tell you how hard the staff works. I mean, they've been out collecting toys, speaking at their churches, their friends, their civic clubs. You know, we're mailing letters. Now with the advent of email, we can remind people by email, and the response has already been unbelievable. You know, we've got 2 large bins. We fill those up in 3 days. People we don't know that have heard about it on TV, radio, friends have come in. And when we get that tree set up, we'll have, it'll look like a movie scene. We'll have so many toys in there. We actually had to move them upstairs and move them out twice last year, so we had time to work and get by. So we want to do it better. We told Mike he's always nervous. You know, he doesn't think he's going to get enough, but we're going to make sure that we solve that problem. And I can't tell you how hard the people work down there do this. Very, very important to them. It's our home too. It's our community. And we're going to see that it gets done.
Well, hats off to both of you for what you're doing.
I couldn't tell you last year how many phone calls. He has a secretary named Miss Regina. I enjoy getting them phone calls every morning. Mike, I have another load for you. I have another load for you. I tell my wife before I be going, because I go to work early in the morning and I do Toys for Tots around my schedule. And I was like, oh, baby, that's when I see Miss Regina calling me in the morning time, I was like, oh, that's more toys that's that many more children we get to help.
Yeah, she's really spearheading that. Regina Clark does a good job. It's very important to her, and she's motivated people and done so much to get it organized. All my staff, they'll be decorating that tree, decorating the office, so it'll be nice to come by. Come by and bring a toy, have some coffee, and thank those Marines for what they do every day, not only at Christmas.
We got another event coming up though, in the Toys for Tots, a parade.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. This is our second time to do last year we had just over close to 300 vehicles that left out of Ocean Springs. We partnered with the Magnolia Classic Cruisers. It was really nice. This year, we got it scheduled on December the 12th.
Yes.
And we're going to be leaving out of the classic cruisers are going to be going up to the Isle of Capri. Some cars are going to be starting at Seashore Plaza. The first 100 vehicles are going to get dash plaques. So we got dash plaques lined up. They'll have an award for the People's Choice Award once they get there. And then after, they'll have stops in Gaucher.
Yeah, right across the street from the college at the Jerry Lee's grocery
right
parking
there.
lot.
They'll stop there for about 30 or 45 minutes. Once they leave Gaucher, they're going to head over here to the fairgrounds where there'll be music, lots of food from the shed.
Yes.
And then, you know, we can't have this event without Santa Claus.
Yeah, he's got to be there.
Santa Claus will be there. We'll have a clown, and it's just that's going to be really looking forward to that event. Another event we got planned this year, of course, is Rock for Tots. We'll have a bunch of bands played. Then we got a breakfast with Santa coming up. So a lot of events that will be taking place this year, just like last year, but it all starts coming up December 4th. I mean, right after Thanksgiving. It's down here, Toys for Tots. This is the time of the year.
And downtown for the holidays.
Yeah, that's where it all starts up.
Just remember, even though it's the 4th, we're going to kick it off. We'll still be collecting toys until the 18th. So
still collecting toys up to the 18th.
We want people to know if they can't make it on the 4th, they got something else to do on a Friday night, that's fine. We're open from 8 to 5. We collect toys from 8 to 5 every day until December the 18th. So you got plenty of time to come by, and we'll be glad to take it up until that date. Then we'll get the toys so they can be distributed.
Real easy to find. Big old sign in front of their business. You can't you can't
miss the sign.
Big sign and a big tree. We'll be glad to take them.
Yep.
Well, if folks, if you can't make any of these locations, and I know you go to Walmart, and I know you can buy a toy and drop it right off in the box, but if you can't, you can go to if you live in Ocean Springs, you go to Seashore Plaza on the 12th, donate a toy there, see a great parade. If you live in Gaucher, you can go to the parking lot right across from the college, Jerry Lee's, donate a toy there. If you live in Pascagoula, come to the fairgrounds, donate a toy there. Guys, I'd like to say that all the toys on the set today, the TV station, and I wear several hats in my other life and here at the station. I own the GI Museum. We would like to donate all of these toys that you see on the set here for your cause, for Toys for Tots.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Great start.
I really appreciate what all y'all are doing, and Jimmy, your law firm's probably working very hard. Thank you, everybody down there.
I appreciate
and Mike,
it.
we can't thank you enough for what you're doing for the children.
I hope to see you at the parade.
I hope to be there.
All right.
Thank you for watching this segment of Spotlight on Jackson County. Go out and buy that toy. Help those children. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Spotlight on Jackson County. Got another exciting guest for you here today. It's Jaci Turner from the city of Pascagoula. She's a program manager. Welcome to the show, Jaci.
Thank you for having me.
You got a lot of, I got a whole list of things that you got going on just down close to the beach.
Right, we've got a tremendous amount of projects going on down there.
So let's start with construction of a new beach. We haven't had a beach in a long time.
No, it's been a very long time. When the seawall was actually built, it was built on a beach, but the storms and just the weather over the years have eroded it away. The Corps realized that the existence of a beach protected the road, the housing, infrastructure in that area, and they have decided to invest heavily in our area by putting a beach in to protect our infrastructure. And so they have begun down by the point, and they're pumping sand from up the river. This is the same clean sand that you see stockpiled on the side of the river, and they're pumping it out to the front of our beach boulevard and developing a beach that'll be about 150 feet deep between the point and the beach park pier.
So people will actually have more of a beach to go to and enjoy with their children, and
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it'll be ready for this summer.
They are talking about finishing up in the spring, early summer, so we hope it'll be done. And of course, then there'll be habitat that'll develop along the toe of the beach, but there'll be plenty of room for recreation and for our people to enjoy it.
Great. Fantastic. Hurricane Katrina, no doubt, took a heavy toll on our beach.
It did.
And this is protection for the seawall and the road in the future.
Right, right.
And even the homes that will be along the beach, however few there are. But it'll also be recreation available to people to go down to the beach and have the kids play in the sand. And
Absolutely. We have people down there at the beach park all the time, and this will definitely extend that, and it'll continue it down to the point. And then as we proceed with other projects, it's going to make a continuous effort from one end to the other. It'll be just wonderful for our people.
That's not all we got going, folks.
No, it's not.
We're going to have some repair to the seawall.
We are just closing up a project, actually, the curved seawall. Every time a storm comes through, we tend to lose a little bit of dirt from underneath it, so we come in behind it with grout, and we have done that MDOT funded through Federal Highway, and we have pumped any cavities in that area full of grout so that that's stable and won't cave in the future. And while we were doing that, we also came through with a lighting contract that replaced all those light poles that were damaged, replaced any damaged conduit and wiring, lit those back up. So those contracts are closing out right now.
Excellent. But the sand that you're pumping in there will help prevent some of this from happening again.
It absolutely will. That's the whole plan. And it's incidentally, that's the same project that goes along with the renourishment of the barrier islands. It's the same federal program. So we're really fortunate to have that going on right in our front yard.
That's great. So people can actually come down, walk on the seawall with lighting at night.
Right.
Walk on the sand beach with lighting at night if
Absolutely.
they wish. So this is great for the citizens of Pascagoula and even Jackson County. And you've got some more things going on. You're going to replace a bridge?
Right. There's a bridge down there near 11th Street where there's a canal that goes through underneath Beach Boulevard that's been needing some replacement. The Jackson County has budgeted to do that, and we have acquired the property we need to do that for some easements. So there will very soon be bidding that project and replacing the bridge right about the same time that we're going to come in with our paving contract. We wanted to make sure that we had the bridge taken care of, some utility work taken care of, the grouting, the lighting. We didn't want to pave it and then come back and tear up the pavement.
Yeah, people don't realize all the things you have to do before you put pavement down, because you don't want to put down pavement, go back, dig it up, do the work, and then put more pavement. That costs the taxpayers more money.
Right.
So yeah,
I did a thing with school-age children one time where they realized just how many pipes are under the ground. I think most of us don't realize how many pipes and conduit and water, sewer, storm drain, and everything are under the ground that we walk on every day, and we need to make sure those are done correctly before we put the pavement on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some electrical down there too. And there was a bulkhead that y'all were going to work on?
Right, that same bridge that the county is going to replace, we have been fortunate enough to use some FEMA funds to replace the bulkhead that goes up that canal between Beach Boulevard and Washington, just right there by 11th Street. That project has been bid and awarded, and we'll be beginning construction hopefully in the next few weeks. And
that bulkhead will prevent mud and stuff from washing down into the canal and filling it up?
Right, it's a vertical wall bulkhead that's been there for a long time. It's had started to have some signs of damage before the storm, but the storm really aggravated it. What it does is maintains the channel for the water to flow out when we have rainfall events, and then it also protects the land behind it from sloughing off into the canal and then washing out into the ocean.
So it's a very important drainage area.
Absolutely.
It helps keep the water away from the homes and the streets down there.
Absolutely. It's one of the largest ones in the city.
Really?
Really.
And it goes out into the Gulf?
Directly out into the Gulf, and then the sand beach will be built around it. You see a lot of those concrete channels going out into the Gulf, and they'll build right up to that and allow the water to come out.
So actually the water can flow basically in two directions?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
I guess that's good and bad, because a storm may flow in the other direction.
That is true.
We can't change the tides. More repair to Beach Boulevard. Beach Boulevard was torn up.
It
Hurricane
was.
Katrina.
It absolutely was, and we came in immediately after the storm with some temporary repairs. We brought in some sand, clay, and some pavement, and did some kind of stopgap measures to keep it where we could travel on it. But the next project, that's again fully funded through MDOT and FHWA, is going to allow us to come in, pull up the top layer of asphalt, and come in and put new asphalt, new striping, and make it back to its original glory. We'll be able to really enjoy it.
Fantastic. Nice drive along the beach on a Sunday afternoon. If you want to stop, get out, you can get on the newsstand. If it's close to nighttime, you can enjoy the lights. You can even go down and walk. And you're going to raise this bridge up, or are you going to make the bridge any different? Or is
the bridge will probably be right about the same elevation. You may notice a little bump in it just because we're going to build it a little bit stronger. But basically, you can't bring it too high up without elevating the entire road. So it'll be about the same place.
But it will be better.
It'll be stronger. It'll be concrete. Absolutely.
Big water and sewer projects you got going.
Absolutely. It was one of the first projects we did through our regional water and wastewater program that we got through the governor's office. Through DEQ. We put water and sewer both. We added loops and increased capacity down between the Longfellow House and about through around where it turns up Martin. We looped the water line, increasing the pressure and increasing the flows, and we increased the size of the sewer through there. And we're just about finished with that. And again, that goes back to we wanted to get those pipes in the ground before we came back with pavement. So we're finishing that up now.
Will these new loops not only increase water pressure, but will they be available for future expansion, building, or is this just an improvement project?
One of the things that justified projects like this were that after the storm we had to build back stronger and better. In order to be able to cost effectively build right on the water, you need to go up and you need to be able to be a little bit more dense. And so we needed to have the water and sewer available to do that, not only for a possibility of increased building, but also to provide the flow and the pressure that you need to overcompensate for those buildings being built higher.
Ah, yes, you got to go up with it.
Being proactive about that, making sure that we do everything we can to keep our citizens' insurance rates as low as we can.
But the increased flow and as far as water pressure goes, that would be great for fighting fires if necessary.
Absolutely.
Better service to the customers.
Absolutely.
And if they got to build their house way up in the air, I really never thought of that. You go up higher, you got to have more pressure to get up there.
Yep, and we're trying to be a little proactive about that and make sure it's there as we rebuild.
Well, hats off to the city. You're planning for the future. If you don't plan for the future, you're stuck in the past.
Right.
So that's what this is all about.
That's what it's all about, right.
So they're great. This will allow for expansion, and it will improve the existing water and sewer.
At the same time, correct.
Goes from the Longfellow House, and you said where down?
It kind of ties two lines that are already in place close to Grand Oaks where the Longfellow House is, goes down around Beach Boulevard, up around Martin, out towards where the yacht club is, across through the bridge in that area, and then back up towards Washington. Makes those loops that before were kind of dead-end small lines.
Great. Fantastic. We're going to have a lot of things going on at the beach park.
We have had a tremendous amount since the storm. You've seen the Katrina Memorial built, you've seen new playgrounds built, you've seen a new pavilion built, you've seen some small restrooms up at the north end of the park built. We've got some clearing going on at the north end where there's going to be a pavilion that was donated when the naval station was closed. We're going to improve the sidewalks all throughout the park, but the biggest project you're seeing right now are the pilings for a beach park restroom and concession stand building. We wanted to go back with something that was more than just restrooms, and so what we've done is developed a design that's going to integrate restroom rooms in the back or on the north side along with a concession area that we'll be able to use with a vendor to offer things like nachos, cold drinks, ice creams, that sort of thing, and then a wraparound porch in the front so that you can sit up there, enjoy your snacks, have access to the restrooms, and really enjoy the view. And we've had this designed kind of to mimic a lighthouse. So it's going to have the cupola on the top. It's going to look like it belongs on the beach. We're really excited about that.
So it's going to go along with the nautical theme,
right?
Pascagoula Beach theme.
Pascagoula is all about the water. We live on the water and we want to
the whole coast.
Enjoy it.
We live on the water, but we're also a target at times with the water. But that's in the past, we hope. So there are a lot of events that take place down there at the beach park. Mm-hmm. The ability to go get a snack and enjoy it, it would be a great asset for a lot of events and things that happen down there.
It'll be wonderful for the events, and I think for events we're still going to probably have vendors, transient vendors that can come in on the ground, but what it's going to really be wonderful for are those folks who are out there on Saturday with their family, on Sunday with their family, or after school. they're not going to have to pack up everything and bring it with them. They're going to be able to go there and get what they need, be able to enjoy it, get a snack for their kids, and just really enjoy a day at the park.
Sit out on the porch, listen to the waves, and watch the sunset. Great thing to do.
What could be better?
And you got a bike and pedestrian path that you're going to be working on eventually?
We've been working on a project for years now, and we were about ready to move forward with it when we found out we were going to get a beach. We'd like to provide a place on the south side of the curb. You know, historically people tend to walk and bicycle, and we have a lot of people that are getting really active and wanting to be out there walking, running, bicycling along Beach Boulevard because it's so beautiful. We want to give them a safer place to do that, not right next to the traffic, and so we have been planning for several years, and we're moving forward with the final design now of a promenade that's going to be about a 10 or 12 foot concrete, we believe, pathway on the south side of the lights that'll get you away from the traffic, several access points so you can get a bicycle or a wheelchair out there and walk from one end to the other and really enjoy everything that there is to enjoy about the beach.
Stop by, get yourself a snack, sit
Absolutely.
on the porch and enjoy the cool breeze from the Gulf. And there's some proposed projects that you're working on at the Point.
Right. We have been working for several years trying to do some things to improve the Point. You know, we all know we go down there and park and launch our boats, and we all know it could be a little bit better. The property is actually owned by Northrop Grumman. The city leases it, and we are working with Northrop Grumman and the Secretary of State's office to try to facilitate a plan that will really allow us to develop that just to a phenomenal level. We've had a master plan for several years. We've got Tidelands funds and CAP funds kind of allocated to help improve that. What we want to do is provide restroom facilities at that end of the beach. We'd like to improve fish cleaning stations where we can maybe host fishing rodeos. We'd like to increase the dock space. We'd like to increase and improve the parking. Right now it's kind of scattered and everybody parks where they can. We'd like to make that a little more organized where we can get more people parking in there and make it more comfortable to flow around in there, while we also bring some green space, some trees, possibly some additional finger piers, pavilions, maybe even an amphitheater in that area where we can really have some amazing events for the city there.
Well, Jackie, we are almost out of time, but I want to thank you for coming on the show and giving us this report about the wonderful things the city of Pascagoula is doing for its citizens.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been an exciting time right now.
Well, thank you very much for coming on here. And, you know, go down to the beach. Look at all the things the city of Pascagoula are doing for you, and stuff that you're going to enjoy. Wait till this summer. It's going to be great. And thank you for watching this edition of Spotlight on Jackson County. Don't miss the next one.